Now, I never give advance warnings of my questions, but today I'm going to make an exception because in just a minute I'm going to ask the lot of you for a last word, in fact the last 3 words. If you have 3 words that is going to sum up your potential mayorship of Wollongong, that's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to start on the right and we're going to move to the left. But before we do that, you will have heard about the Mercury's pledge. You may have read it this morning. Stuart Howie has brought a very large version of the pledge in today, and some of our candidates have taken the opportunity to sign it. Some of them have taken it under advisement, are going to have a read through it more closely and have a look at it and sign it. But if I could get the microphone to Stuart Howie, he's just going to take us through some of the main points of the pledge, and no doubt you'll be reading a little bit more about who's signed and who hasn't and who has commented upon it over the next week or so in the Mercury. Stuart.
Thank you, Nick. As you would have read in the paper today, we felt that we needed a covenant with the community, and this is what the pledge is about. It's a step towards remedying the past. Both Wollongong and Shellharbour, as we know, were sacked for corruption and dysfunction respectively. So councillors and mayors will be subject to the Local Government Act, they'll be subject to codes of conduct, they'll be subject to rules and regulations, and they'll be subject to all sorts of scrutiny. But we thought that there was a need for a covenant with the community, so we published that we were going to do this, and we had some good feedback from our readers. And in the context of what's happened in recent years, we formed a 5-point pledge. I'll just go through that quickly. Firstly, that those signing it will act with integrity, that they'll be accountable, that they'll put the community first, they'll consult, and that they'll be ambassadors for their respective cities. And if they fail substantially in this pledge, and we've detailed further each of those points, if they fail substantially in this pledge, they agree to graciously stand down and give someone else a go. So we'll see how that goes. 5. Remember that our mayors and councillors of the future are elected for 5-year terms. That's a very long term by local government standards. So it'll be interesting how they go. But I think so far we've had a good take-up of the 12 candidates here. We have had every candidate sign or have given their intention to sign. I think that's an encouraging thing in that the would-be mayors and other candidates are embracing renewal, but it will be up to all of us as a community and to keep them honest, and certainly the Mercury will be doing its bit in the future. And I just close by saying I think we should congratulate those who have put their hand up in these times. It's not easy. There should be it's a pretty mixed field between Wollongong and Shellharbour. There are 147 candidates having a go. So there'll only be a handful who are successful, and I think that they're embracing quite a noble cause by seeking to serve us, but we'll need to keep them honest. Thank you, Nick.
All right, thanks, Stuart. All right, one by one, 3 words from each of our candidates for you to think about over the next week. Vicky Curran.
So it is only 3?
3?
Oh, I have so many more now that I feel
I will accept the word and plus.
Committed, persistent, love Wollongong and want it to survive and link the community, business all together. Who was counting?
Vic, I don't want to be playing you in Scrabble, Vicky. Chris Connor.
I think this city needs leadership, vision and strong partnerships to make it work.
Greg Petty.
Listening, listening, listening.
Julius.
Reduce council rates.
Hate to go all master chef, but dish of the day. Sean.
Passion for the town I live in. imagination to solve problems, courage to solve those problems.
Gordon?
Engaging, compassion, and dinkum.
Michael?
Thank you. Community, integrity, and progress.
Collaboration, community, council.
Passion, commitment, experience.
Leadership, vision, and engaging.
And Jill?
Employment, sustainability, and creativity.
All right, that brings us to the end of our lunchtime engagement. Will you please thank all of our candidates? Now, I think Greg Fisher has a few words to close.
Thank you, Nick. Look, again, would you join with me in thanking our Lord Mayor candidates? I reflect Stuart Howie's words. It is a big commitment to commit to your community. There's a lot of energy and preparation has to be put in. I think every candidate here is committed in their own way to their own thinking, and we respect that, and we want to thank you for putting your hand up and having a go. And so, ladies and gentlemen, will you thank our candidates? And of course, thank you, Nick Reinberger, our facilitator, journalist from ABC Illawarra. Now, taking on board some of the theme, this was a conversation with our candidates. It was a meet and greet. One of our aims was to hope for you to get to know them more intimately. I'd like to put it out there that I don't think all the candidates' responses may have been canvassed in the time. So we'll be having a conversation with the candidates, and if they wish to put their response to the document on our website, we'd be more than happy to do that if they would be happy to do that as well. And that's sharing their responses to the general business community as well. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending today. Thank you to Relativity for their support as always in audio visual, and we'll see you at our next function. Thank you.